right, welcome back to the DreamHack Opens. It's your host, Monster D-Face here, and of course, joined with Shio Wager. We're killing it right now. It's game number 5. Things are really heating up here. It has been quite an eventful day of Fortnite so far. I mean, just moving on into this, we have all kinds of things unfolding here in Fortnite.
Yeah, right now I think we have almost a 3-man tie up top. Coop's actually leading it way ahead though. It's 214 points against 189, 182 for second and third. So Bugha and Likura are the ones who are side by side. But past that though, everyone is neck and neck.
Yeah, and just look at that leaderboard, right? We have players that are just dropping down so fast. Assault getting put down 2 games in a row, as did Commandment as well. In that previous one, we did get a brief glimpse of what that looked like. They were just shut down early in that storm zone. I mean, Shiro broke it down on the map for you guys. Outside of Sweaty Sands has been the red flag for these guys. Crossing paths, so we have what was before our top 10 players literally colliding with one another. Now though, ladies and gentlemen, it's game number 5. That's it. We're well past that halfway mark. We're now into the final stretch of the Fortnite competition today. Let's not forget, our players have been through the gauntlet today. It has been a day of semis, and now it's all grand finals.
Yeah, no prep, just personal play and instinct. And we'll see who has the fastest reactions off of spawn. Once again, split the map in half, but this time diagonally, as the people on the left side of the map will have much less time to rotate into the first zone. Thomas HD has left caddy corner.
He did. He's trying to mix things up here. Where is he landed? Okay, so he's actually doing something completely different. I'm assuming he's going back to his like EU drop, like his actual drop spot this time around. Maybe he's not trying to risk it anymore. He's trying to play a little bit more safe. I love the fact that he's throwing a curveball into the competition though.
Astro on EU2, he was maybe splitting caddy at some point, or just trying to get some control over that side of the map. So it's going to be interesting to see why and where he ends up going even in the next game. Epic Will though, same situation for him. He's landing up over at the Authority, being able to battle it out over here though. Has seen a little bit of opposition from people off spawn. Not only that, but different people time and time again. This time Noka is back. Trey is there too. Trey has won the last few times. Epic has not seen the grappler, but hopefully this game he can find him.
Yeah, that's right. In that last game, he was taken out in the mid game. Not securing the mythic loot has been pretty detrimental. I mean, he didn't get it in game 1, but he made it work. This time, he's going to find Noka playing super cheeky, and it's going to get delivered straight to him. This is looking reminiscent of the previous chapter games, the way the battle for the grappler would kind of go down. But all right, he's going to come out on top. He's going to manage to secure it. On the other side of the wall, though, is Emad, his daddy here, which we believe might be scented. We're not too sure. Let's see, though. Epic, low on material and cost. Just not too far, though. It's OMG me versus Paris down here. Z-Force Paris. This is looking like a tough fight for him, too. He doesn't even have a shotgun, but he's playing aggressive with his SMG.
Sometimes they got to compensate and just move over. Let your bullets do the talking. Finds a tactical all the way to the backside, so maybe just using that SMG to shoot in a little bit, break a few builds. Everyone here should be a little bit low on materials. Me is dropping down though. Luckily, getting that cone shot out, or he'd still be left down there for a second edit. Gonna be second to shoot though, not fast enough really to keep up, but the edits will be there faster. And nice final shot there from OMG Me Too.
There you have it. That's going to be a big frag for him. Look, he's at 131 points. He's kind of chilling right now on the standings here. This is how he's doing it. He's finding these early game impact eliminations, those free 5 points, just to kind of get his momentum going. We saw that the points right now for the first place was 3-way tied for eliminations. It was 60 points up there. That's just 12 elims across the board. So finding these early game frags can easily inch your way forwards, set you up for success to up your average elimination count. Thomas HD, though, who switched up his drop spot to avoid being griefed in the game here. Gotta love the flexibility. Literally trying to dodge a bullet himself. He's doing pretty good. Like, so 95 points is not amazing, but he's not out of the competition yet. He can still do something fantastic for himself. We're talking about someone who's playing with all adversity against him here. Okay, though. A little low ground fight, trying to bait in the box battle.
This might be really good for him just in general because he doesn't have to play with the pressure of having Kit's Shockwave Launcher. A lot of the times you see him go out in these games because he has that loot and might be playing a little bit too passive. Right now getting a little bit more active all the way on top near Zex. Zex going for possibly an edit. Thomas baiting out the shot. I'm surprised he's going for this reactionary type of fight fast edits, but nothing else can keep up. He's trying to use the hunting rifle as a shotgun, and it's not going to work out for either player. Oh my God.
And Rokane just pulled up and wiped that fight out. What a power shotgun. He had to upgrade a tactical right there. On the other side, though, it's Edgy. 158 points. We haven't seen Edgy on the main screen too much today, but my gosh, he is cruising in the competition right now. So strong with his positioning here into game number 5. And this is a battle that might just go in his favor. Virus has no idea. The wall was open as well. That's a 3 tag, a 3-peat here. Okay, he's going to be able to walk through. Let's not forget that door is completely open on the other side. Good for Virus to start branching on out. Yes, he's pulling a Benji here, trying to go wide and strong here with the 2x1 box up. But is it going to be enough to escape Edgy here? No, it's not. He grabs the ramp first, makes the edit, and just wipes out that opponent. Bye-bye, Virus.
No
Here's
way.
a fight again.
Fiber versus Assault happening for the second time. Last time it was Assault who ended up winning out completely, I believe. Either way, we'll see what happens this time. Crash pads in. No more escape, and Fiber just caught with his pants down. Easy bop there for Assault.
That's right, and that's the thing about that crash pad setup. Easy to lose track of him. He gets right behind him. No distortion on the camera either. On the other side, same thing. Commandment looking to fend off players from Sweaty Sands. Remember, this is the same reason why they fell down the leaderboard to that 15th placing. It's because their early game aggression is crazy. They're just doing it here. They don't care about how much is on the line, what their position in the tournament is. They're looking to get these points. Trying to reel in more. This is, again, all the same engagements. These have been battles that have been happening every single game, most of which have been going in Commandment and Assault's favor. Now you only have to imagine that Commandment needs this one as much as Assault needed his. Okay, nice little dip right there to dodge the shot. Another crash pad on into the box. This time it finally connects.
That was sick. That was a crash pad that made it look like he was going to the right box, so his enemy actually dipped back. The Commandment ended up going left, throwing it on the cone. Because of that, had such an easy shot. Just really slick there from Commandment.
That's right, trying to avoid being telegraphed, and he also grabbed the wall too, so he actually put down the dead end there. So a little bit of control onto the box in the fight, and the quick flick on a shot there. We'll play for Commandment here. This is looking reminiscent of the previous game where the zone is pushing them southwest or southeast again. Epic Whale with all the mythic loot this time around. Playing textbook hold. Ultimate height. Trying to find his tags early. This lobby already cutting down, trimming down the fat here. 77 players standing as the zone is just starting to close.
I mean, it's the difference between game number 1 and now game number 5. At the beginning, you don't really have your own set storyline. You get to play like someone who's in first place because everyone technically is tied for first. But after that, someone's in last. They start to deteriorate all the way down to game 5. You'll have a bunch of people, I would say the bottom 20, really just pushing their limits sometimes, over editing, over peaking, or just playing way too aggressively in general, not giving it truly their all, or at least their all cautiously. And as a result, a lot of people end up going down. It's staying at 77 for a while, though. As we watch Acorn, who was nowhere near that bottom 20, he's actually almost into that top 10. This game would put him up there for a higher prize threshold, possibly even for the overall tournament win if he comes, I think, at least top 3 in this game.
That's right. He's just 3 eliminations off of breaking into top 10 here, and just showing you guys how close the competition is right now. That can all happen, especially with how many players are here in this drop spot. You saw him taking hunting rifle shots. It's the most deadly weapon, honestly, in solos. The fact that you can just straight up wipe a player out of the game with one great headshot. Acorn looks like he's trying to do just that here. On the other perspective, we got the 2-box shot. Ender is well aware that Acorn is near. Is he going to be able to hit this shot, though? Hold up. Both these players have sniper rifles. Okay, that was close. Ender takes the shot, doesn't find it. Takes another one. Acorn exchanges his, and he hits it. 140 now. 2 elims away from breaking into top 10, just like that.
That's an aggressive overpeak versus a cautious man with a hunting rifle and a plan. Acorn now 140. Just needs 2 more elims, as Monster said. Crim's picking up some elims across the map too. Since the last time we checked in, only 3 players have been eliminated. So now the lobby's starting to mold, starting to form with players with the same mentality. I want to reach endgame. I am still in this tournament.
There you have it. Acorn has just been middling as far as his final placements in the recent tournaments. He's had some great open qual days, like some really phenomenal placements. This is one of the better runs he's having on a grand finals. A much deserved place towards the top is what he's fighting for right now. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in, if you've been with us, this is game number 5. So it's now time to start setting the pace, setting the stakes for yourself here. Where do you want to end this competition at? You want to be at the top, or do you want to fall down to the bottom? Keox, someone who's way at the bottom, has finally returned back to Caddy's corner. And this is what I meant. This is reasons for Thomas to have not wanted to land there. Although Thomas didn't find as much luck with the pivot play, this is still the threat that was there. Players like Keox returning back to try and get a piece of that Caddy's corner loot, to try to do something miraculous, right? Come back with some big points because he needs it.
Question is, will this really get him there, or will it hinder him if he plays a bit too careful right now? Because that's what we've seen happen with Thomas the entire time, and Flick as well. 2 people both playing from Europe. This time, the launcher off spawn, off the rip, is on home territory. Now we'll watch.
Just gonna say, it's looking like a lost cause at that point, but hey, we've seen players do more with less, so
it's possible.
We'll see.
What was Acorn's thing? It was like 78 points from 0 off of 1 game.
Yep.
Statistically speaking, if it's the, shockwave launcher from Caddy Corner, I will give a person the possibility of a win of 80 points or whatnot, right? And then have a next game too if Keox is uncontested. It's there, but you're gonna have to pass Coop, who's at 214 points if you want to win. I would say for Keox, that's not possible. For anyone really under 50 points, it's a long stretch.
Now that I think about it, I mean, we saw Nas do it, honestly. If you really think about it, one of his qual days, he the 2 times he had the Kits launcher, he took 2 victories. So, you talking statistics, I mean, it's been done, so we'll see. But hold up, we have some storm fight action here between Smacked and Blue up above. And they're sitting deep in the zone here. This is not where Smack wants to be. He's got no white heals. Don't know what Blue's inventory is looking like, but hey, he's got to commit to this fight at this point. While aware that he's below this Blue with a great wall up right there to get a little bit of control on the disengage, but it's not going to be enough. The crash pad comes in. This is a scary, scary storm fight right now. It's dragging on. The longer it goes on, the less likely they are to survive this. Even if they do win it, okay, Smack back in the same position that he started this off in, though. He's only in 50 HP now.
Smack somehow, I think, must have a superpower, because every time he lands a tag on someone, he never really ends up losing that fight if he's the one to really get that first shot off. I've noticed that a little bit from his gameplay. So as long as he's engaging all these fights, doesn't really get caught reacting to people, I think he might be fine and might see even a top 5 in this game. Past that is Booga, who this time is way out of the water. I see a shark in there, though. I see a little bit of PTSD maybe in his eyes, but he's chilling right now. Not that big caddy loot or anything extreme, just a normal loadout. That hunting rifle could do a lot, though.
That's right. He's just reflecting at what he could have done better as the ocean taunts him there in the distance. The first place slipped away. And let's think about that, right? Lakura, who's off in the distance there, that's your 3rd place. And we know Coop is still alive as well. So all of his most major competitors are still in this game. Day as well, who's in 6th place currently. These are your best players still alive right now, your top 5 more or less. The other that's up there with them is Daxter and I believe Crumbler.
Yeah, both these guys fill out the bottom side of the top 5. But all the way in the top 10 has been people who've been consistent. You mentioned Day. Zuki was one of them too. It's just, Insane aim. Past that too, there's Aspect and then Edgy, who we're seeing right below Booga. And this man has been staying inside the top 10, maybe top 15, just edging in and out. But it's a good, I would say, announcement that he's still here. He's still a top caliber player, ready to play, ready to hold that top 10 spot.
And that's how his story's been transcending. It's his post-performance days, but here it is. The intensity, the atmosphere thickening now as the zone's going to start to conclude and it's going to start to close. This is one of those weird ones where the river's really going to be taking up a big space here on the zone. It's going to really split the map right now, 50-50. The most unfortunate side is this side, the beach side that Lakura's on, because of the fact that he's got the smallest piece of the land. So sitting here, he's quite literally gambling with his positioning. The more players that base up on that other side, especially where that mountain is, that entire cliff lip there, if the zone pulls that way, his odds at making this next rotate alive is just slimming down as the time keeps ticking.
He needs to stay alive for this next zone. For a lot of these players we're watching in the top 5, Booga, Lakura, Coop, they basically have a red button with a glass case over it in front of them, hypothetically speaking, right? Follow me here. All they have to do is push that button with this game. If they have a good performance, they're locked in for the top 5. They're so ahead of everyone else. If they fumble and fall right now, that case closes on that button. They'll have to open it again in the next game and try to stay inside the top 5. So it's up to them if they want to lock things in. Skittles is there too at 6th in the very same spot. That button for a top placement is up to be pressed. It is just up to him. And oh my God, a launch pad with 6 crash pads in this loadout. His hand looks pretty close to pressing.
That's crazy how the zone's going to split this time. It's actually going to favor both sides once again, still leaving that big question in the air. Who is going to pull the 50-50? What side of the river is this thing going to draw towards? Right now, though, Skittles has to make the dangerous cross here. This is the zone 4. So he's got to get somewhere comfortable on the edge here and then bide his time. With how much movement he has, he's big vibing here. He can definitely make some big plays as time goes on. Looks like he's chilling. This is like the same situation we saw before where P-God and Skittles were hovering right next to one another. Their rotates, their paths just consistently crossing since game number 1.
This is going to be, I think, very, very reminiscent of game 1. If you look at the mini-map overall, there's a wide shot to go to. At the bottom side, there's a big mountain that lets people kind of get in single file over and over again into zone for free, basically. Past that, on the top side, they're so close to zone that no one's really going to be hindered moving in. Right now, no one's gone down. There's 65 players alive. You can really be patient and let someone in front of you move and then move past them using their builds more safely and more creatively. There's just going to be tags thrown around. And although that's very good for everyone, it's a problem for Surge. 50 people need to be the cap right now. It's 65. 15 people need to go down before half and half shows up. And I don't think right now anyone will really get taken out.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Skittles is only 4 damage above. He has to jump in onto P-God, and oh my gosh, he makes quick work of him. Just like that, the surprise factor. And Skittles now finds a very, very big elimination. And oh man, P-God was so looted, extra shields and everything. This is what Storm Surge does though. It brings the action, and no, down goes Scrubs there, who was doing so well too. He was in the question, in the contention for breaking up to the top. MK Lofto is going to be the one that comes out victorious here, and all the loot's in his favor. I think that's an additional launch pad there too that he can pick up.
And that little red box I was talking about that had the button is not going to be able to be pressed all the way there for that man in the top 10. See him coming right back afterwards. It was Scrubs, who was in 11th place. Does not get to lock it in completely in this game. Skittles, though, has the option to stay in top 10 if he has a good performance. Assault has the option to really rise up and get in the top 10 off of this performance. But he does not have zone. He has to go all the way towards the left, past the river, past the peninsula, and try to lock things in.
This is what we're talking about. How do you play this now? Do you wait for someone to launch pad, or do you crash pad to the next bulk of builds to your side? Bugha manages to find himself an Elim amongst all that chaos as well, but he's below the Storm Surge threshold even after the Elim. Now forced to dig into the heal pot here. There's 5 other players doing the same thing here. He can't just wait this one out. He might just have to get proactive. He needs a tag ASAP. He's 50 damage below. That's 3 minis already. He's going.
Picking. He's trying right now. One person actually in the cone in front of him. Someone knows right there that he is taking Surge. He might have edited on him already. We'll have to see once that replay does catch up. 2 people need to go down. Bugha's going to be one of them. To Rokane, who was on rotation. He's so far up against Surge, and he gets to play his game out. Bugha, though, is taken out.
That was like a death trap there, too. The launch pad right in front of him. Everything he needed, the players, but it just wasn't enough. Couldn't find the shots. And now, though, Assault here looking to make a comeback. It's onto Epic Whale, and that's going to be a key frag for him, too. Legendary loadout and a big upgrade across the board, including the grappler, too, which means Epic, with the Volt loot, still wasn't able to successfully make it to another endgame. So Epic has been shut down over and over now, and Assault has been granted the formula that he needs to make up for the 2 games that he dropped. If Assault can just have a big game this time around, and if Coop can fall too, this could mean that he can actually come up that leaderboard and make this very close towards the end. But this is a matter of whether or not Coop, Lakura, and the others can stay alive in this endgame. Let's not forget though, Shayo, Lakura was on the other side of the zone too. Not as lucky as Assault to find a grappler.
That's very true. Still, one person is that we know frozen in time. That is Bugha. I believe he's around 190, maybe close to 200 points, so we'll see where he ends up after these standings, but he cannot move from his position. That means you're right. It could be Assault, could be Skittles, Day, anyone moving all the way up and past there. Cosmic up top could catch up. Someone is going to be taking 2nd place overall past Bugha. Question is, who's it going to be? Can Coop stay up top and hold on? He's way on the backside of the zone looking for a rotation. Assault is all the way on the front side, looking to beam down players already. Asian Jeff being taken out while everyone else flies in the sky.
That's right. Here comes the pressure. Things are really going to start getting interesting now. First full moving, cutting across here. That's going to be a crash pad. Assault's going to break there. So he's trying to not make this easy for anyone right now. Can he find a frag here to get him the siphon that he needs? It's Commandment who's nearby too. But Jeff finally gets ticked over. That's it. Not enough bills to hold it out. And Assault is going to find his way straight to a free crash pad. Crumbler on the other side, finding his way up to the top. Can he surpass Bugha's placement here now? He's got Assault on his line of sight here on the other side. So many big names, so many high placement players still alive in the game. This is your leaderboard in the standings right now. All alive, quite literally, in the game. Coop still up as well in the top right cam here.
Daxter's looking for it. He's trying to steal the tournament away from Coop and everyone else all the way up on high ground. Day flashes right in front of your screen. Coop, though, is flying forward, trying to find the best position in Storm to have the best position in this tournament. Durant is right over him. Crumble is moving. He needs 1 elimination to surpass Bugha. Is it going to be possible? This is so close. The top 10 are all alive. Keox now has height. Daxter right under him. That is scary to see. Aspect, Commandment, Coop, they're all towards the bottom with Crumble on Coop's box.
They're keeping this competition nice and close as we're rounding out towards the final moments, leading our way towards the last game. Seeing players like Daxter still alive right now, fighting for height. Seeing players like Coop right now just inching his way across the low ground, trying to steal away as many points as possible here, just to break away that lead and continue to hold the dominant spot that he has on the leaderboard. His grip is strong, and he's continued to do just that. There's so many players in the zone here. He didn't get any of them, not just yet. But that's all right. He's still looking to fight here. There was one player down the other side of the wall. Finally, uses those prestigious crash pads. He uses 2 of them. It sends him flying out to the storm, but it's all right. He still has the flopper. Plenty of plays to make here. He's going to bounce him back like he never left. And there's a nice pile of loot right in front of him. He's getting greedy here. He's going to grab it, and that's going to be a nice refresher for free right now to keep him in the game. Still, more crash pads for the free rotates here.
He needs to try to find it. Coop is the one who's almost your natural low ground, but it's all above water, so he needs to just stay mid, look for tags all the way around. Crumble is looking for shots too. He is way inside the deep, no materials whatsoever. He finds a huge elimination, gets the loot from that one, gets the materials that he needs. Coop at the same time is finding shots of his own. So two people battling, trying to just get towards first place. Coop trying to hold it. Crumble trying to steal it away from him. Are so close side by side while Keox watches from the heavens.
That's right. It's only going to take a few eliminations now. Can he do it? Yes, he finds one in the low, but Coop answers right back, firing it away, keeping that tight lead. Still ever so close here. Coop's in the zone, though. He's got to get back in. Will he grappler his way back in? Yes, he's going to find his way to safety. 20 HP remains, but he will be able to mini back up. He's on second height against Aspect. Aspect, who's still in the running as well, as is Commandment in the low ground, so no one is safe right now. Crumbler still alive. Coop somehow still alive. What is Crumbler gonna do right now? He needs to answer with a big shot. Can he do it?
It's possible. Bully, though, is the one who just got 3 back-to-back eliminations. He's looking for his 4th while Coop's just trying to survive on zone. He's trying to get it up to Crumbler. Bully taken out. Crumbler takes out Coop. Crumbler versus Zum. No shields, and Zum drops down to wrap things up. But there were too many different pop-off moments in that endgame.
Too many big names as well. All of them in the standings, making it close. We'll break this down right after the short break. What's up, guys? Monster D-Face here, and we're back. We're doing another little segment here where we're going to take a picture. We're going to try and draw it, and it's your job to guess it. Well, if you guessed the shark, you were right. You know, I'll try my best here with the mouse, but I think I did a pretty good job. All right, this is a tough one. If you guessed Boogie Bomb, you were right. I know I didn't do the greatest job on that one, but hey, I tried, guys. All right, guys, I try to give you guys all the hints in the books. That's a toilet paper and a toilet and an empty roll of toilet paper. I think I got that one. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that quick section. We're getting back to the action, though, here at the DreamHack Opens.
The DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite Grand Finals for the North American East region are almost done. 5 games are over, 1 game to go. Who is going to be clinching that first place spot? Is it going to be Coop who holds first place? Maybe it's going to be Crumbler. Maybe it's going to be Aspect. Well, we're about to find out, chat, because the final game of the grand finals is about to go underway. Joining me, your host, Hello Kelly Link, is none other than Shia Wager and Monster D Face. And guys, when we were in the middle of the break, Shio, you said this is just NAE things doing NAE things. What exactly did you mean by that?
Listen, we start off the day with a few stackers. After that, it gets kind of crazy, but then they bring it home and they bring it back. And these top players, these top fivers, they stay living in these end games and they stay thriving with the shots. So that's NA East in a nutshell for grand finals. And I feel like we're seeing that again today.
Would you agree with that, Monster D Face? Do you think that the North American East region just kind of has like a small handful of really consistent players that always stay in the top?
Absolutely, but this time around, it's a little bit of a mix-up with DreamHack. You never know where you're going to get with all the international waves coming through. So we've seen a lot more excitement be brought to the table with that little bit of NA East kind of spicing to top it all off.
Yeah, let's take a quick reminder of what exactly happened in game number 5 with the highlight reel, because we do want to see all those awesome plays just one more time.
Absolutely. We'll start things off with Epic Whale, who we tuned in with, actually ended up getting some picks off. But just overall in this game, I feel like the fights were faster and there were more third parties around the map.
Look at that shot right there. We didn't get to see this one on the feed, but man, Shadow gets pulled out, yoinked with the harpoon there. On the other side, Virus, who we saw get wrapped up and taken out. This is what I meant by the EU invasion. Thomas is getting crazy. It's late into the night for those boys over there. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just playing delusional at this point. It's going crazier.
Yeah, it's getting really, really chaotic for a lot of people box to box. I think everyone is trying their hardest now. They're not really leaving anything behind. At the same time, what can you really do in a sniper fight? Acorn dodging, Ender being the one going down, playing absolutely legit, but at the same time, doesn't matter if you can dodge snipes. P got someone who we thought would have such a stellar day, up with a few stumbles on this one.
That's right. Someone that we hold high praise for in solos, but you see how things can go. One slip up and that's it. Your run's over. Players will dive into your box. The man of the hour, though, is Coop right now. Your FNCS grand champion who's been making his run, like literally making endgame after endgame, finding the frags when it matters most. He's on one of the most consistent streaks we've seen for anyone in NAs.
Yeah, just taking a quick look at his performances over the last 5 games, he hasn't placed below 22nd. He has a 22nd finish, a second finish, 16th, 14th, and 3rd. That is incredible and definitely probably the main reason why we're seeing Coop in the top of the leaderboard. But let's actually take a look at our top 20 of the leaderboard to see where the remaining players stand. And taking a quick look right now, Coop, of course, in first place with a 28-point lead over Crumbler, but Crumbler doing pretty well himself, kind of coming out in the last few games in the top 20 there. We see Aspect in 3rd place, Day pretty consistently staying in 4th, and then Daxer in 1st, but Booga still holding strong in 6th place. And I think we said this before in the break that this could be anyone's game in the top 10. Monster, now looking at the finals, do you still stand by that statement?
Yeah, and I mean, Shio has more insight on how this leaderboard is all playing out.
Yeah, for me, what I was gonna break down is just like the fact that Booga, who was in second place, ahead of so many points of everyone else, missed out on just one game, not even that far into it. I think like close to 50th, 40th place, drops down 4 placements. That's like out of the top 5. If he messes up on this one or something happens, you go down all the way even further. People like Lakura come all the way up. Lakura was 3rd too, and now he's 11th overall. So these players who are playing consistently are the ones making endgame consistently too. And then they are the ones just holding up to this top 5 if anyone else falters.
Well, we're going to find out in just a moment who possibly is going to falter and who's going to climb to the top. Or is it going to be Coop that holds his place in first place, going from the FNCS Season 3 finals all the way to here? Would be a pretty amazing story, especially talking about his lineage just a little bit. Coop in our last DreamHack Open only placed around 13th place. And then the previous FNCS for Season 2, he only placed 39th. So this definitely seems to be an upward trend that we're seeing him go. But chat, I want to know who you think is going to be our grand finalist, first place holder for the North American East region. And we're going to find out who that is going to be after this quick break. So don't go anywhere. We have more Fortnite after this.